People have used others. They have betrayed others. They have leveraged others for personal gain. But now I join them. The force of evil. This is how I framed myself as a clout chaser. To begin my transformation to the dark side, I needed an identity, someone that could blend in. I needed a profile that would expose me to be who I supposedly truly was, a fake friend that uses people for what they have. That's when I came to the shocking realization that I was in fact a moron and incapable to produce any sort of original username. That's when I decided to take my issue to the council, and by the almighty power of Google Chrome, I was able to find a list of options to choose from. However, upon closer examination, I found that they were all utter garbage, until one stuck out to me, and I was able to fabricate my alter ego, Odyssey. The next step in my endeavor was to create an official profile for Odyssey. I will be using Discord. I decided that to blend in, I would need to look just like everybody else, and the first step in doing that was a profile picture. Once again, I utilized Google to solve my problems. The only thing left to do was get in contact with myself using both of my Discord accounts. So I sent myself a message to open up a DM, and now that Odyssey had everything he needed, Phase 1 was complete. Phase 2 begins with me finding a victim. For this, I choose my friend who I've been editing with for over a month. That way he would fall for the bait. That way I'm not messaging a random person, and this can actually work. The only problem is he knows me too well, and he might figure it out. However, I continued my quest with an optimistic attitude, but I needed to have proof that I was in fact a scumbag. So using Odyssey, I took the approach of a fan and created some realistic fake DMs with myself. Then it was time to send the message that would start it all. I wrote him on my main account asking him to get in a call, and he also received a message from Odyssey. However, he didn't get online for a couple of hours until later he called me. Now it was time for Phase 3. I needed to pull this off just right. I knew that if I slipped up or laughed even once, it would be all over. Everything that I had waited and worked for would be ruined. So through the power of being a content creator, I came up with what I needed to do on the spot without any sort of preparation. I told him that I was editing a surprise montage and I didn't want him to see it until it was done.
Yeah, it's gonna be a montage, but I don't want you to see it yet. I'll show you like halfway done or like when it's almost done.
Obviously it was a lie. In reality there was no montage there. It was just my 2 Discord accounts ready for what was about to happen. When I was in a call with him, I made sure to ask him to make an editing pack with his presets and effects, which is exactly what I said that I would do in the fake DMs.
You should like make an editing pack with like your sound effects and stuff and put it on your channel. That'd be like really good clout.
However, not everything went according to plan. Right after I said that, he replied to Odyssey. After briefly defending me, he wanted Odyssey to send him screenshots of the DMs, so I did. He then replied that they were staged, and I realized that this was going to be way harder to do than I actually thought. He was catching on, and it was not going as planned. I had made a mistake and he was figuring it out. But where most would have given up, I was persistent. I needed Odyssey to convince him that they were not staged, so I kept DMing him back and forth. And after a while, he asked Odyssey to call him, and obviously if he had joined the call, he would hear my voice and know it was me. The only option I had left was to say that I lived in Europe and I wouldn't be able to talk because it would be midnight. He seemed to buy that excuse, and after that, that was the end of Odyssey.
Do you have any AR sound effects? Could you slide me some? Because I only have shotgun.
Ship cool SFX Fortnite. I don't know what to tell you, dude. You gotta kind of be independent.
Okay, I'm gonna get off.
Then I just kept asking for his effects and everything he had, until he said no, and then I said okay and left the call. He was starting to buy it and asked me to join the call with him again, and then he finally asked me if I knew who Odyssey was.
Do you know who this guy named Odyssey is?
I told him that I had no idea, and he just joined my server. He asked me if I had any DMs with him, and then I quickly corrected myself, saying that he was just a fan who reached out to me on Discord. And after all of this, after the birth of Odyssey, the fake DMs, all of the talking, and all of the waiting, we did it.